Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Providence Lucha Talk. I'm your boy, Jay.
And this is Lucito.
And we're here to talk about anything that has to do with wrestling. Let's start with one of the biggest news that occurred. You were on TV.
Yeah, I went to a hockey game yesterday.
The Boston Bruins game.
Unfortunately, I guess I shouldn't have went. They lost. But
and Frank shouldn't went to the Celtics game because they lost.
They lost
too.
Oh, there you go.
So it seems like you guys are jinxing these Boston teams. Yeah. But how was the experience?
It was my second game. I think January, February, I went to the Bruins one. It was good. It was a decent. I think that's when they opened the opener or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I ended up going to the playoff one. For the Bruins. It was a different experience. I've been there for the TD Garden during wrestling. I went for the Chamber War Games. And I sit in the bottom row. It was cool. But the hockey game, it's a different experience. People, like, I just camaraderie. I don't know. I think I've sort of become a fan of hockey. It's cool to watch it live. The TV was good, but it was good. And where I was sitting, they gave me the flag to, like, wave and stuff. So it was, I don't know, it was kind of cool.
So if you have YouTube TV, DVR, whatever, try to rewind to the beginning of the game or before the game started, after the anthem, you said?
Before the anthem. I think normally, before like I guess when they're doing the roster or the starting lineup of the hockey, yeah.
If they just show the starting lineup, make sure you find this man and tag him, okay? We appreciate you and support you for that. I myself will be going to hopefully, knock on wood, by Saturday, I should be going to the Providence Bruins game. They're in playoff. Okay. It's game 2. Tickets are way cheaper than the Boston Bruins.
This one was just like a one-time thing. I'm like, because I was hoping that, because there were 3, it was 3-3? No. There were 3-2-2. It was 2-2 the series. So I think that I was like, oh, they were going to like finish the series. Mm-hmm. And they, it was 3-1, my bad. So 3-1, and the game yesterday was game 5. So I was like, oh, I could go to the closing, but I guess not. So they're going back to Florida. Then hopefully they don't have to take it back to game 7. But they have a tough time.
So the Providence Bruins game, tickets were like $36.50. That was the most expensive ones.
Yeah. So.
And the cheapest is like $15.
Yeah. The cheapest over there was like cheapest. Like you're in back. It was like 300, 400.
No,
I know. I heard. When I was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. It's one time thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Nah.
And the food doesn't help either. Friggin' 3-piece with fries was like $12. I'm like, yo, ridiculous.
It's playoff. Of course ridiculous. You don't get the food there.
It was ridiculous. I'm like, yo, it's never again.
He said never again. Yeah. Well, it's not wrestling, guys, but, we got to show some love when love is due, seeing that my guy was on TV. Hopefully you guys could, tag him and be like, yo, Lucito, there you are. Boom. But in the wrestling universe, we got to talk about actually one of the biggest announcement that occurred on Raw, and it's Mr. Triple H, Mr. Paul himself, announcing that we're going to have a new workhorse belt that is going to be one of the prestige title, that is a belt that he is familiarized with, that I believe is going to be more represented in SmackDown than Raw. My personal take, maybe it is Raw. No, I think it's going to be Raw. I take it back. It's Raw. It's the new golden heavyweight championship belt. If you guys have seen our previous episodes, we have the traditional big gold, but it happens. But this belt is the the emerald of WWE. Stickered into a
big gold, basically. They try to do the big gold and this title into one.
It's more like the UFC. It's the UFC gold design.
Sort of. It doesn't look like
the WWE logo. And I saw that comment from the Jobber podcast, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. What's your thoughts on it?
When it's on display, I appreciate that they got a new title. Cool.
Cool.
I don't like it. I went on the website immediately after just to see, just curious pricing, just to see because I collect them.
$1,000?
It was 500.
Oh, okay.
Which is I'm like for this now, and also I haven't seen it on somebody, so I don't know how it looks.
We don't know who's gonna be the somebody.
So we don't know how it's gonna look like because when they brought the Intercontinental, we kind of had an idea like the black one. So when they changed the white one, I like the white one, the icy. But I think it's a participation trophy.
No, this is going to be the.
Well, you see the meme. I don't know if I sent you the meme, but I was like, WrestleMania 40, the next one coming up. You have Roman with that one again. Then they come over with a new one.
And Roman
it's like,
had it, and then another belt, and Roman had. We know Roman reigns.
And also, why does he have two?
It's going to be for a long time because I think they're going to finally merge those.
They should split it in half and do like some.
Whoa,
no, like chill. Do like red or blue or something, or
I just think they're just gonna merge the two and call it a day. It's like
they need to 1-1, but Roman shouldn't have 2 titles.
That's something that we're gonna find out on the draft, which is occurring the next day. So hopefully by you guys seeing some of our clips tomorrow, you be able to get our insight before the actual event, which is a 2-parter event. There's the one that happened on Friday on Fox News, and then there's the 3-hour ones that's going to happen on Raw on May 1st, which is exciting, but we're going to talk about that shortly. Still talking about this new gold heavyweight championship belt, right? Triple H did announce that the new what's the word again?
It's gonna be like that. I guess it'll be
it start with the letter A. It's gonna come to me. No, actually start with the letter I.
Inaugural.
The inaugural champion will be crowned on May 26 or 27
when they go to Saudi Arabia.
When they go to Saudi Arabia, which is no longer called Knights of King and Queen, it's now called Knights of Champions or Champions because AEW got belts.
I think it's Clash of Champions or
Night of Champions. Yeah. So they're gonna knight a new big old heavyweight champion. Lucito, I want to hear your thoughts. I know this was not in our chat, but I want to hear your thoughts right off the rip, right from the top of the dome. I want you to just pick 4 individuals who you believe should be the inaugural big gold champion.
Easy. So once again, he could be inaugural. He was inaugural Universal Finn Balor. He could be inaugural whatever champion this is. Seth Rollins, Cody, and you could throw Cameron Cross.
Wow, you said it was easy, but you got stuck on the last one.
Because I was like the Fiend, but I'm like the Fiend. I'm like, but he hasn't been around. But I'm like, Cameron Cross couldn't like make a program and he could be the first one. But Cameron Cross, Cody, Seth or Finn Balor.
I see Cody for sure. Finn is a little bit iffy because he has not been popping that much. With the storyline that they have him on, I don't see him. But people be like, oh yeah, he could be favorable for it. Sure, but I personally don't see it. I could definitely see Drew. Drew will be cool. Cody will be cool. I don't think Seth is gonna stay in Raw. I think he might go to SmackDown. So I'm definitely gonna believe in Bobby Lashley. I could see him with the belt, and I would not be surprised, honestly, if Brock Lesnar be the inaugural champion for the big gold. Those 4 individuals actively are my top pick. But if Seth is in Raw, then he's my honorable mention.
Because I think, like, potentially, I saw somebody, I'll have to look it up. It's on Instagram. But I saw a post with, like, people kind of posing with it. Mm-hmm. I think Theory could be in the mix because he will eventually lose the U.S. title. I think Bronson Reed. Yes, so I think Bronson Reed could be the next U.S. champion.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I think Theory could be in the mix. Edge still around, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
happens to bet.
So there's like those like 10 people that like they posted it, and I'm like, I could see them, but I think Theory eventually could move on up to like main eventing to something.
Theory,
or at least be in the title picture.
Theory could be a face.
Even AJ Styles, Randy Orton.
AJ's been gone for a bit. Yeah. Randy's gone for a bit. I don't even believe in Matt Riddler to be in it. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I don't see them in this in this belt at the moment. Kevin Owens has a higher chance than Sami to be in the picture, but not like Theory. Theory, maybe SummerSlam we could see Theory going for a belt if he's at Raw. Okay. If he goes to SmackDown, then he has to deal with Roman, which it's not going to happen anytime soon. Any person who is a heavyweight is going to the same TV program as Roman Reigns.
He's gonna be number 2.
Good luck, because unfortunately, you ain't gonna get not a single chance of being champion while he's still around. Yeah. Personally, that's my 2 cents. Those are my 2 cents. If you disagree, write your comment down below. But let's transition to draft night. Let's talk about let's do at least our 10 picks on each side individually. You know, before we used to do like you're Raw, I'm SmackDown, boom, boom. But let's just think about the top 10. Each brand side to side are going to be picking, and compare our notes real quick. Okay, so do you have idea of your top 10 of who's going to Raw and SmackDown?
We don't know number 1 is going to be Roman. I don't think that's going to be defaulted probably number 1.
Okay, and that means he goes to. Well, Raw usually get the first pick. That's the thing. Raw usually get 3 picks to SmackDown 2 because Raw is 3-hour show and SmackDown is 2. So, is Roman really going to Raw?
He's been on SmackDown for a while. I think he's part-time, so I don't think... I think he'll be number 1, but I think he might end up in SmackDown because I think he has a part-time schedule.
I believe Cody is 1.
Okay.
Cody is 1 for Raw. Second pick will be Bianca. No, actually, third pick is going to be Bianca. Second pick, you have to go big. So I'm either going to reach for Seth or a Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Those are my first 3 pick for Raw. Yeah. For SmackDown, of course, is Roman. Yeah. I'm not sure if they're going to follow up with the Usos or they're going to try to get Rhea or the Judgment Day as a group to SmackDown. So those are so far my 3 and 2.
Because I know the Alpha Academy they're going to split them up. I have a feeling that they're going to split them up. But I think I will keep the LW opposite as Judgment Day. So at least they could do something.
At Raw? So
LW and Raw.
As a group?
Yeah.
In Raw?
Yeah.
I could see that being the top 10 pick. Okay. Bianca, I feel like Rhea. Well, if Rhea goes to SmackDown, well, she's already women's SmackDown champion. Then it makes sense that Judgment Day stays in SmackDown. Yeah. And then Bianca, currently right now, she's still the women's champion. True. She does have a match with Io, and that could change. Actually, no, because by the time draft nights are done, is Backlash. So that's a whole different story. So, I think Bianca is going to stay at Raw. And also, the Street Profit. Street Profit getting split up. Montez is in Raw. Dawkins is in SmackDown.
Yeah.
Seth, I think he's going to be SmackDown. Personally, I think he's SmackDown. Because somebody has to stir the pot with Roman.
Yeah. He should be the opposite. He should be, wherever Roman goes, he should go.
Yeah.
SmackDown. The only thing would be for Cody,
Cody, I will have a Drew. I will have Sheamus. I will have I'll keep Bobby. Like I said, Montez Ford. Montez Ford will be a good work for Cody. I would definitely.
Do you split the titles for the tag team, or you just give one tag team title for both brands?
I would like one title for tag teams. So Sami and Kevin could just continue stay together and work both sides. Who else? Drew, SmackDown, Bobby. Drew Raw, Bobby Raw, Montez Raw, Bianca Raw. Who else I said? My first pick, Cody. I think Cody is gonna be the face of Raw. I'm gonna say Austin Theory. Austin Theory may be the representation for or the working horse for SmackDown. And I bring Gunther with the IC championship to Raw.
Yeah. So swap the like IC for okay.
Yeah. I wanna change the mid card just a little bit, you know? The women's tag team champions, I would like to keep them in SmackDown personally. I think Raquel will be a good opponent.
I think for me,
Rhea.
sorry, Judgment Day kind of revisiting that. I think Judgment will be together, but without Finn. I think Finn. I'm saying I need him by himself, but like if you try to make him like a main event or somebody, especially he's trying to work with Cody, keep him with Cody. Kind of like Cody's like heel or program with that, and you could have like same thing. They were gonna have a Backlash tag team. You could have Dominic and Damian together, sort of a tag team as a group, and Rhea together. So they still could like be like as a group. Well,
I would agree with that idea if Cranium Cross joins Judgment Day. That's the only way I personally would see a bigger vision of the group developing if Finn is out.
because they could be similar to like the Bullet Club, like not take out the leader, but sort of like he could take over and
Finn
become
is not the leader. Is Rhea.
No, true. But you know what I'm saying, like how Bullet Club, like let's say AJ's, then somebody wants to be that main guy. They have to feud and kind of kick him out, and you'll be the next guy.
It's very political, but
yeah.
Cranium Cross for me, him joining the group, him being the advocate of the group, and then him being betrayed by the group makes more sense to me because you already been using him as a jobber in a sense, and it would be cool for him to fully develop as like a star leadership role, but just to be backstabbed later in the future. And then with Scarlett, of course, that's another eye candy alongside with Rhea. Yeah. So if let's say Survivor Series, hypothetically is Judgment Day versus LWO or Bloodline, whatever. Well, actually, yeah, Bloodline. Most likely they're gonna be together. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? At least you got a good group building up on respectful side. You know, I see Brock is still Raw. Yeah. I don't see him in SmackDown. Charlotte, I think she's gonna stay in SmackDown. I don't think they could afford her. Unless if she decides to retire.
Yeah, so you have Bianca and Raw. Becky Raw.
Becky might be wherever Seth go, Becky go.
Okay.
So I did said Becky might be the number 2 pick. But
how about Asuka? They keep it on Raw or switching to SmackDown?
I need her and Bianca already kind of dance already. Yeah. So most likely I want her in SmackDown.
Okay. Who's another?
Selena will try to go for the Raw Championship. Yeah. Alexa Bliss will go for the Raw Championship. I will try have Chelsea Green go for the Raw Championship. Okay. Try give Bianca different flavor. Because I think Raquel, Liv Morgan, Aaliyah, Charlotte, I think those 4 women could definitely work with Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown belt. Bianca needs like a younger but a little bit hungrier opponent.
Yeah, like give her like Shotzi or like
Shotzi.
Well, Aaliyah, the same thing.
No, Aaliyah is in SmackDown, but but Aaliyah was partner.
Dakota Kai too. She could be like in Raw.
Control, so Damage Control might be split. So that's a group that Bayley either is out of the company or she goes to either SmackDown or Raw. I don't know which one will be more fitting for her. Yeah. Ding Dong is definitely a good segment that I would like to see more on Raw. And then you put Dakota and Io in SmackDown. That's something.
So if you have that, let's say Ding Dong Hello, whatever, for Raw, you should have The Miz and SmackDown.
I have no problem with that.
Like
because SmackDown is supposed to be the A show. Yeah. for WWE with the contract that they have with Fox. So yeah, I definitely bring the Miz, the beautiful Maurice alongside with him. I will also bring.
I think there might be some call ups. I know Pretty Deadly will be moving over.
Who?
Pretty Deadly, they're moving over.
I would like them in SmackDown.
Well, I think they're changing the name.
I don't care if they're like blonde deadly. I just want them in SmackDown.
So they might be moving over because they lost a match in Spring Breaking against the Dawn of NXT and Stacks.
That's fine.
So they're gonna get moved over.
Roxanne, I could see her in Raw. I'd rather see her in Raw than SmackDown, because at least in Raw she'll have more time to try to build a reputation. SmackDown, I don't know how well she's gonna be able to get in front of like Raquel and Liv Morgan like that. I mean, Roxanne working with Alexa Bliss, with the Bianca, with Asuka's I picked on SmackDown. Chelsea Green, her trying to build a feud with Chelsea Green would be, I think, good for her.
One person that I would like to go, whatever Gunther, if you're switching, there's a Gunther to Raw. Pete Dunne hopefully gets his name. If he does, he gets his name back.
He did.
But I would also like to see Ilya Dragunov. And
a rematch.
Or something with at least somebody to, like, because he got one over Gunther, so at least you have somebody fresh and new.
I like that a lot.
That you haven't seen on the main roster. And
I like that a lot. I really do.
Like, that's somebody that I would like to see. I don't think Braun Breaker, not yet. Grayson Waller, not yet. Carmelo Hayes, not yet.
Okay.
But I think we might see a couple of people from NXT making an appearance. Or
I mean, the most I could see Don. What's his name again? The one that was attacking Wesley for so long.
Devlin, the one that
Dokajiv.
Oh, Dikojovic. Yeah, no, Dijak. Yeah, the Terminator dude.
Well, he was. I want to see him if he get called back up.
Okay.
And see if he goes.
Was it T-Bar?
Mid card?
I mean, it's the T-Bar. No, it's the
He
T-Bar.
used to be T-Bar.
Okay.
He used to be T-Bar, and Homeboy used to be Mace before he started doing the MMA.
Modeling,
the modeling group. The modeling group, I do see them in Raw, still working Raw with Otis, because that's the only program that's going to give more flexibility for like bits and jokes. I would love to see Reggie in SmackDown to entertain.
He's busy in NXT. They doing a arc, like Batman Arkham Knight type of thing with.
Oh God.
It's interesting, but it's him and Axiom. They have like a mask, superhero look. So they have a few to settle in NXT. So maybe after they're done, maybe they'll get called up or get an opportunity back again.
And before I continue on, we gotta say R.I.P. to Jerry Springer. Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer, I believe, in WWE too. Rest in peace, rest his soul. He passed away today.
79, I think.
79 years old. My God.
Crazy.
What a world we live in, man. But R.I.P. to Mr. Jerry Springer. Thank you for nostalgic moments. All right. Let's go back to the draft pick. I think those are really the big names. Viking Raiders. I could still see them working in SmackDown versus Raw. We're going to split up the Street Profit, the Usos. I think wherever Roman go, it's best to have the Uso. Yeah. There's a great chance that you could have Solo at Raw. By himself. There's a possibility we could see that. Like, the same way how they did it with the New Day, the one person that would make sense to me will be Solo. Yeah. To be, try to...
The IC one would be nice. Him and going for the IC.
I mean, him becoming Umanga version 2.0, that would be great for me. Yeah. And supposedly their brother or Roman's brother Jacob might consider of coming to WWE if it's in God's hand, but I think it's really if the money is right.
Yeah. Jacob Fatu, right? That's what you're talking about.
Jacob Fatu.
I think he's the one might be in
he is
MLW.
Yes. Yeah.
If him and Yeah, he's a beast.
And then Rikishi said he has another son.
Yeah, he's still training.
He has another son in the works. So if he does well, I could see him skipping NXT like solo and go directly to the Bloodlines storyline. And also shout out to Nia Jax.
Yeah, she's
40
a little
pounds, showing some abs. Like, you go, girl. Keep it going. Keep it pushing. Like I didn't mind her being big, but if she wants to get, slimmer down, ain't nothing wrong with that, girl.
If she does
you
that,
look great regardless.
And if she does that, she could be like not more agile, but we could have a different side of her if she decides to come back in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, like, as a model, she's great how she is. Her progress is just, giving her longevity in her life. You know what I'm saying? But if she does go in the ring, I think she's going to be a little bit more agile and more flexible against, like, Rhea and Raquel. Yeah. Like, those are the only two names I could think of, because, like, her other cousin or aunt, whatever she is, Tamina, she's just too old.
She got her chance. She was tag team champion.
Yeah, they were tag team champion for a bit, but thank God for that. Any other pickups or anything that we?
No, I think we covered a little bit of everything. I feel like we're still gonna get the Hall of Famers still roaming around. I think those might be a free agent. Like Edge might be a free agent. Maybe Lita, Trish Stratus, but I think Trish Stratus might be probably done by the summer situation. So I think those like veterans might be around, but I think we might get some call from NXT. I don't think nobody's gonna go.
Roxanne, definitely.
I think not yet, because I think I don't know if the injury was real or not, but when they had the match, her ankle was messed up, so she came back and finished the match, which was great. But I don't know if they might have like Roxanne. She retained. But I don't know if she might have to give it up, for injury, or Roxanne might take it. But yeah,
I think Roxanne Perez is coming up. Coda Jade might be right behind her too. I don't see reason for her to continue in NXT besides her boyfriend, who is Braun Breaker. Yeah. But
Braun's not yet.
All right. So that's a quick glimpse of what may occur in the next 2 days. Hopefully we're pretty spot on, but if we're not, then hey, let us know in the comment below. Before we talk, our main topic is really about our conversation from last week about our top 10 tag team champions, our list, the result of what we posted on our social media, and what the AI actually stated. So that's towards the end, guys. But before we go into that conversation, last night in AEW, or the previous show from AEW, Tony Khan once again said, huge announcement, big announcement. And it seems that it's the arrival of the last member of the Undisputed Era, Mr. Roderick Strong, who still has his name, who came in with his ring entrance from his Impact days or Ring of Honor day.
Yeah.
And
which is smart. They own Ring of Honor, so they don't have to,
Yeah. But Lucita, what do you think was the play-by-play? Do you think there was a reason why he was out of action in NXT? Did you think it was just more hush-hush of why it was not fully announced that he was fully let go?
So he was ran out of, because he created Diamond Mine after Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like the face of the thing, which was fine. But then it started getting weird because basically everybody else became more popular. Basically, the younger people started like progressing, and he was fine, but there was no story for him to like. Everybody kind of turned against him, and Diamond Mine kind of took over for itself. So after that, you kind of see him not on TV anymore, and there was really no like contract talks or nothing, rumors out there. So it was just like
nothing.
I know his wife was in AEW, so that's why like kind of some connection. His boys were in AEW, so he was the only one that was missing. So I like that he returned, and basically the feud now is going to be with the JSA.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gotta see how, and not ring rust, because they're really good at what they do, but it's just like to see how, for me, I don't know, now that we analyze everything kind of like nitpick, just to see how, if he's able to transition from because he went from Indies to basically kind of like Broadway, like at WWE. Now going back to sort of like the Indies just to see how it works out, and hopefully they're booking well. I know the only person that's missing is Kyle O'Reilly. I know he had like an injury, so I don't know if he's fully healed or not. But he's still because I know Fish went back down to the Indies and kind of he's working his way back up. So I think they're waiting for everybody to kind of like fully heal, and maybe we could see a Undisputed Era.
Is it O'Reilly or O'Kelly?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep calling him O'Kelly, but
Kyle O'Reilly is the
no, yeah,
the one that's like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know who he is.
Yeah.
I thought his last name was O'Kelly, but all right, O'Reilly. I'm happy for Strong first of all, because like I said, he's the last member of the Undisputed Era, which to me, if we do our top 10 group, Undisputed Era for me might be included as the bottom 5 or honorable mentioning area personally, but they made a big huge impact
in NXT.
Holding gold, every single one of them, working well, a cohesive group that I think could help Ring of Honor personally than AEW, because AEW already have a lot of players.
Yeah. There's a lot of factions too.
There's a lot of faction. Yeah. Ring of Honor is still rebuilding and trying to become more popular once again. So I think that's Undisputed Era. If it becomes a group again, Ring of Honor should be their home and make it, big again. Because
even especially for Roderick Strong, he's like super technical. He could go for the pure championship.
Yep.
Like, or at least compete for it. So I think we mentioned it before. They should just literally put all the alumni, people that were in Ring of Honor, back in Ring of Honor. Like, eventually. You know what I'm saying? So it's like keep moving.
Yep.
Then kind of have AEW kind of your pillars or like the younger people. And at AEW, you could still cross-promote between the two.
Real quick, talking about pillar, why the fuck is Sammy being on the, being behind Homeboy, MJF?
So, a couple of episodes back, he kind of told them, if you take the pin from me, I'm like, you get the he basically offered him, I'll give you a title shot, but you have to take the fall. And it's like, oh, I'm not doing that. And he was like, okay, what if I pay you? And he was like, here's a blank check, write whatever you want. And he wrote a number. I guess it was ridiculous. He acted out well. He gave him a number. He's like, okay, they agreed. So now he kind of like paid him off. So Sammy went against Jungle Boy, beat him. Went against Darby, beat Darby, which was the episode yesterday's. Then now for the pay-per-view, it's Sammy versus MJF. But then Tony Khan was like, no, we're going to have a tag team match. If used to win, we keep the match as it is, 1-on-1. If Darby and Jungle Boy win, they get added, and it's going to be a Fatal 4 for the which is dumb because we knew it was going to be a Fatal 4 match either way.
Well,
you're trying to put it together.
So your reaction, funny. That's
like
one.
It's just like
your reaction is funny. That's one. But two, they didn't fully establish it. We were hoping it'd be a Fatal 4, but the way
we knew it was going to be a Fatal 4 no matter what.
We didn't know if it's going to be. Look, bro, we have said great ideas in this programming, and none of majority of it never hits come to full fruition. You know what I'm saying?
We got some like the what is it? The Samoan Mafia thing or group. It's sort of bloodline, sort of.
Yeah.
Like we had the gist of it.
We got the gist of it, but it doesn't mean they fully gonna, not what I'm trying to say. Not everything that we predict is going to happen because they always switch it up.
But it was just like,
because imagine this, right? Sorry to cut you. Imagine this. All right, Fatal 4, right? Sammy take the pin is a Fatal 4. What if they added a fifth person and made it a Fatal 5?
No.
And they'd be like, no. We're going to throw in Jeff Hardy with the fucking ladder so you could go for the belt and MJF still come out on top. You see what I'm saying? Anything could happen for Double or Nothing.
Because they booked this like a month ago. They were like, oh, the 4 pillars, and they had the promo in the ring.
Yeah, it was a great
So
segment.
it's just like, we knew this was going to happen.
We were hoping that it was going to happen. We don't know what would.
Tony Khan really was like, oh, it's going to be a single match. No, now it's a Fatal. We knew for me, it's like I knew he had to work it somehow, which is smart because it's like, yes, it is a weekly show. So, all right, let's stretch this out as much as we can. So, A going against B, A beats A. Okay, A against C. Okay, now, A plus B. That's just. But I think they're gonna lose or they're gonna get caught cheating. Then Tony Khan's gonna be like, no, now we're gonna have a fatal 4, and they maybe could have a ladder. Who knows? Because you have Darby and Sammy Guevara, but
Hey, they could have Jeff Hardy. They could add Switchblade out of the blue and Juicy Robinson. They could throw in Strong and Adam Cole. They could do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But the thing, what I'm trying
but
to
the 4 pillars, they have to have that match.
Let you know is like, yes, it was looking, it looked great on paper, but it doesn't mean that they're fully gonna commit to it. You know, how many times did we were hoping that? Oh, CM Punk versus Triple H was going to happen. Yeah. That shit never happened. CM Punk versus The Shield. Unfortunately, Ryback ruined that for us by injuring CM Punk. We was hoping Cody Rhodes versus MGF. How long did that match took? They stretched the fuck out of that build-up.
But it is a weekly show, so they can just give us like...
Exactly.
But it was just like, when he did that, and I'm like, okay, like, no surprise.
Out of curiosity, I'm just playing devil advocate with you for just a quick second. If that night where the young pillars were each in the corner, right? If they would have announced for Double or Nothing, this is the match, would you be okay with that, or would you want them to like build a story?
No, that would have been okay. The Fatal 4 against them for, let's say, a month from now. Boom. You have 4 weeks, 4 matches, so you could have. Basically the same matches. Sammy against, let's say, well, not the champion, but like one against the other. Whoever wins.
Two different matches out of the 4 of them.
So, for example, you have Sammy against Jungle Boy. Whoever loses goes against Darby.
The roundabouts.
Then Darby wins and you have the winners. Then they get some advantage or whatever. Like, or if it's like, not a cage match, but something. So they get like.
They should throw in a cage.
Or something. They get an advantage. They like, whoever wins out of them 3 don't have to start in the cage first, or some type of deal. But they just have to stretch it out. But they did it their way. But now it's going to be a tag team. That's what normally happens when champions.
I feel like their way it was not too satisfying for.
It wasn't, because then it wasn't even Tony Khan, because it's not Ross, but the guy that's always with Britt Baker. What's his name? He's the announcer that always with Britt Baker.
Robert Stone or something? Wait, what?
No, the announcer that's he's...
Oh, Tony Schiavone?
Yeah, Tony Schiavone. He was like, oh, I talked to Tony Khan. No, you didn't. It's on the script. So he was like, oh, Tony Khan told me that next week or whatever, the week after, we're going to have a tag team match between you and you. And if you guys win, it's going to be a singles match. And if you lose, it's going to be a fatal 4. Like, if just Tony Khan come out of Gorilla and be like, no, like, stop this. And
I don't even think they call it Gorilla. I think they call it like
whatever. But whatever. But come out from production.
I'm being stupid.
Yeah. But come out from production and be like, no, we're gonna have a fatal 4.
AEW, Ring of Honor. Listen, my guy is heated right now. What he's trying to say is don't waste his time.
Because we know what's gonna happen. Like
what's what, so he knows what to.
And MJF, I don't think he's gonna win.
Who?
I feel like it's either the winners might be either MJF or Darby.
100%.
Jungle Boy has no chance, and Sammy, I don't think
it's too soon for Jungle Boy. Darby is the dark horse.
Yeah. So it's gonna be MJ wins or Darby's gonna.
If Sammy,
and Sting's gonna get involved somehow.
If Sammy win, he has the TNT. I don't know if he ever won the tag team champion.
He was in tag teams with Jericho, but I don't think he's won the tag team. Because he did the tournament, but I don't think he's won the tag team.
I feel like they ran the tag. Because the Spanish Gods was a thing, but
they weren't.
No, you're right. Because it was Jericho that had the belt, not Sammy. You're right. So, okay, so basically, he's not gonna be a Triple Crown champion alongside with Kenny Omega. Kenny so far is just missing the TNT to be the Grand Slam champion and the international one. That's what Kenny is missing, and. The Young Bucks, they're not going to be going for individual championship. Moxley need the TNT and the tag team.
I think Moxley eventually will get the FTW. I feel like he's one that might get that one.
Hook is going to take that to his grave.
Oh.
Hook is letting people know, like, I'm going to be my father. And the only way you can beat me is like if I'm physically injured. That's the only way this belt is coming off me. His career is going to die with that belt. The belt is going to go with him if he decides to go to NXT or to New Japan, wherever, or AAA. That belt is going to be at his grave.
But I know that you mentioned AAA. There will be a match between Vikingo and Kenny Omega for that championship at Mexico.
I was really excited about when you sent me that. I was like, "Yo, that is fire!" Oh, and it was in Kenny too. Kenny was promoting it. Yeah. Kenny is trying to help AAA to be more popular because Kenny's a well-known international wrestler, professional wrestler. Have worked in Canada, the U.S., Japan, Mexico, like everywhere.
One thing it didn't click was in WWE. Because he was in NXT.
Yeah. You see?
No, that's the only place that didn't.
Because he doesn't want to be controlled. He wants to have control of his story. Fair enough. EC3 would be a nice add-on for WWE roster right now. I'm just saying. If you have Premier Cross and you have motherfucking...
But you trying to do control your narrative?
I would bring that narrative back to WWE and let him roll. Like personally, this is. I would do a ramble right now.
I would do LA Knight with EC3 together.
And where they're at?
LA Knight's in the main roster.
Oh, LA Knight.
LA Knight, yeah.
I thought you were talking about a different group.
No.
I'm like, whoa, LA Knight with EC3
together.
Oh yeah, LA Knight, SmackDown or Raw. We didn't really point because we know he's going to be a working.
He's going to be Raw.
He's going to be Raw? Elias is in SmackDown. I forgot about those two because we need good jobbers and they do a hell of a job on that. Because I could see Elias take 5 minutes of TV time.
I could see him compete for the
mid card. Yeah. Whatever's the mid card. Yeah. Gunther. Ooh, I forgot. Gunther is a good contender for the big gold too. Ooh, I forgot about that.
I think Gunther will go wherever the new title is. Ooh. And I think I want to keep him with Solo. Like him and Solo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good point. We had to go back around the block real quick. All right. So, main topic of the night. So, we made our prediction. No, we made our top 10 tag team of all time, was it? Okay.
Basically, our top 10 list for tag team.
For tag team. And that we believe that the AI might generate. Yeah. So what was our list? And please announce our finalists for 9 and 10. Because if you guys been following us on the social media, we were doing polls to figure out who's going to take spot 9 and 10. You guys had control of that. Here's the list.
So we have New Day, Usos, Young Bucks, Our Foundation, Hardy Boys, Briscoes, FTR, and the Road Warriors. So for 8, I basically the matchup was 9. For 9. So for Lucha Bros, I had Lucha Bros versus DX, and Lucha Bros took that one. It was close. And then I did Bros of Destruction versus Macho Man and Hulk, Hulk Hogan, and Bros of Destruction took that one. So kind of to finish out, so kind of recap: Bros of Destruction, Road Warriors, FTR, Lucha Bros, Briscoe, Hardy Boys, Our Foundation, Young Bucks, Usos, and New Day.
Okay.
So I went online and looked it up. I basically, according to ChatGPT, the top 10 tag team in wrestling history, consider amongst the greatest wrestling history. And they don't have a particular order. They just gave me 10.
Yep.
So they said Legion of Doom, Road Warriors, we got that one.
Okay.
Our Foundation, got that. Dudley Boys.
Ooh, okay.
Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Midnight Express.
What?
Hardy Boys.
Wait, Midnight Express, was that Hogan and fucking Macho Man?
I could look it up.
I knew they had a name of a group, but I forgot what it was. Midnight Express was a name used by several professional wrestling tag team of changing members under the management of Jim Cornette. The group started in 1980 with Dennis Courtney and Randy Rose in the Southeast Championship Wrestling SCW. By 81, they were joined by Norville Johnson. Wow.
So these are like an 80s. So you have the Honky Tonk Man, Bart Gunn, you have different, but they were kind of like the
They
guess,
ran, they ran the
yeah.
80s and the 90s for quite some bits.
I would say they kind of sort of like the Four Horsemen sort of that era.
Well,
Like
Four Horsemen, man.
no, but I'm saying like a
There's
faction.
1, 2,
No, but I'm
3,
saying but
4,
a faction
5,
of that
6, 7, 8,
of
9,
that
10.
group.
There's 10 members basically. Like
So
God.
the Midnight Express, we had the Hardy Boys, British Bulldogs, the Steiner Brothers, Usos, Edge and Christian. So it's kind of their explanation is that the chat GPT was like, these teams are known for their athleticism, innovative move, and chemistry in the ring, and all have won multiple championship and accolades in various promotions. However, there are many other great tag teams that could easily be added to this list, as tag team wrestling has rich history and produced many memorable duels over the years. But this is kind of like what?
So the AI didn't even consider the New Days.
No.
It considered the Usos.
Yes.
But not the New Day.
Correct.
They didn't consider the Young Buck.
Correct.
But they went with the Uso.
Yep. And I wrote literally.
If my memory serves correctly, New Day has more championship than any other team in WWF
but I think probably
history.
I know.
So the explanation is debunked by that fact. Wow. Okay.
I will say like the ones I kind of, and also it's kind of out of our era. The Midnight Express is kind of like, you know, a generation before us.
The 80s. We were still in
and
diapers.
Same thing, Rock and Roll Express. They were kind of like late 80s, 90s, but we, you know.
Yeah.
But we, you know, Hell Foundation, Dudley Boys, they were in the, you know, consideration. The Steiners, you know, they just recently became Hall of Famers, so.
But that was a reach.
Yeah. And British Bulldogs too, so.
That's a reach too. Like.
And also, we've mentioned Edge and Christian, but we're like, you know.
It was a 50-50.
Yeah, because it was everyone from that. So Edge Christian, Dudley Boys, and Hardy Boys are like, they kind of helped each other.
They ran the 90s and the early 2000s. Yes, I agree with that fact. Yeah. Except in our list, we didn't really consider them because Young Bucks look good with them. Rock and Sox connection was a reach. Yeah. I would say that. But the Dudley Boy, kind of have mixed feelings, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So are you? So we were like what 40%?
I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. So the Usos we got Hardy Boys, Dudley Boy. Usos, Hardy Boys, our Foundation, we're Warriors. Yeah, sorry, 40%.
40%. All right.
We're just
close to 50, but no dice. All right. Cool. Ah, damn it. I was really hoping we would get at least 70. I was hoping for a 70 out of the whole conversation, you know?
But I think I
because the Young Bucks, though.
Because I feel like we kind of like
FTR, bro, were belt collectors. Like, what?
But also when we talked about last week, they not in searches, but like they basically they look top 10 in wrestling history. So they're going through like the archives of everything. That's why you see people like Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, Steiners, you know what I'm saying? So they were like 80s, 90s. We basically, our list is more like 2000, like
stuff
2000
that
recent.
You and I could remember. Not going to a history book and be like, oh yeah, the Steiner brothers, they were the one who came up with this type of formation to move for us to, it's like, but the Uso made okay, you know what? It is what it is. So, kind of ending the show a bit, we're going to be talking about, are we doing the faction or?
No, I didn't. I'll save it for So I got
from the AI. You already got the information.
Oh
wow!
So I have. Want to do 5 or 10? So I have the both lists. I have the factions of all time, which it only gave me 5 and explanations why, or the top 10 wrestling factions of all time.
Wait, one more time. So
you get
top 5 is the
so basically
what's the category?
So top wrestling factions of all time, and it gave me 5, and each they gave the explanation why they were, and then I just did ranking the top 10 wrestling factions of all time. So basically, they basically gave me a list of the top 10, and you'll be surprised of, I've already seen it, but I put my 2 cents. But we could do the top 10 factions.
All right, let's do top 10 factions. All right. In my list, I feel like the Shield has to be listed.
Okay.
Ain't no group that has individuals who are Grand Slam champion.
Okay.
I don't see anybody besides close to than DX,
Okay.
the Brother of Destructions,
Okay.
the Authorities, we could call them. Not even New Day has that, you know. So that's why
the Shield set.
The Shield is definitely there. I'm gonna mention the Elite. The Elite is a very powerful, popular group out of the WWE universe for many, many years. You got to mention Bullet Club.
Okay.
Bullet Club ran the eastern side of the world in Japan and brought it to the U.S. in the Ring of Honors and Impact. So you got
also take in consideration, like you mentioned before, it's like not popularity but searches and stuff. So
yeah.
I would throw in Four Horsemen.
I was gonna I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like I'm going down to what I like to like what is obvious. So so Four Horsemen definitely. We definitely got the. I'm hoping that the Authority is a faction, a popular faction, because that's they ran Raw is War.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was like the whole beef between The Rock, Stone Cold, and Undertaker, and who did what. The Authority, and also it was rebuilt again in the 2010 with Randy Orton, and then they changed the face from Randy to Seth Rollins. You know, so the Authority definitely should be in this list. I'm hoping they're in the list, like in the bottom 5. Four Horsemen, we agree. The group, the Domination, Nation of Domination. That's a very popular group. Very it's for the culture, you know what I'm saying? It was something that Vince had to try to please the people of color to get to watch TV, and that's how The Rock really was fully developed through that group.
I know the team that I could say that could one that changed kind of wrestling altogether was NWO.
Yes.
So NWO.
Yeah, bring it back to the WCW time. Yeah. RIP.
I
would guy.
I would say Evolution.
Oh, Triple H, Randy Orton, Bautista, and Ric Flair. Yes. That's good pickup. That's a really good pickup.
You think Undisputed Era might be here or no? Or they might be too early, too young.
They're young, but what they did in NXT, I think there's no.
But they were basically like big fish in small pond. That was their thing.
What they did in NXT, I don't think it's ever going to be replicated.
Correct. But I don't think
NXT could pull scrimmage, the U, whatever from the UK, bring them. There's nothing like Undisputed Era. I'm hoping they get like bottom 5.
Okay. But so just say on this picture. Okay, you think the Bloodline might be in it or no, or
they're still they could be popular. Okay. They could be popular,
but not top faction, top group or. So we got
they're still young. They're like what? 7. The Bloodline is how long now? 2 years now?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Even if when it was just Ray, Jay, and Roman, it's still like under 2 years, right? True. Because it was like 2021 that whole thing started.
True. Yeah, so they have to because
they could be honorable mention. I definitely give it to the Bloodline for honorable mention for sure. I'm trying to think internationally, is there another group that we might be missing? I'm not going to give it to the Kingdom. I'm not going to give it to the, I'm trying to think of Impact, if Impact had any big groups.
They had Ace of Spades, Aces of Eights or something, but that was like
Was that the group that was like invading people and
They
like,
they dressed up like if they look like Sons of Anarchy. I don't remember
and they
that.
had like a hood on, and
Yeah,
Bubba Ray or
yeah.
someone was revealed slowly,
He
and
was like
then
the leader,
yeah,
but
yeah.
um, who else?
There's
Who
a
else?
great chance they might be in the list.
Faction.
Faction.
Um,
New Day, I would love to see New Day in the list if it's possible. Like, not only they're one of the greatest tag team in WWE history, multiple time champion as well,
I
but
would say I don't know Venture. I would say Nexus. They cross, in their little stint as
that's late
you know
2000, early
that was like
2010.
they did
Yeah.
their thing.
They did the thing, but are they that popular? Did
No,
people still look up to them? Do
true.
they have Grand Slam champion like,
Grand
like the
Slam
Shield?
champions came out of from there, but they're not some Grand Slam champions. But you have Wade Barrett. You
He's a
had
Grand Slam?
he got the IC.
He never got the WWE.
No. Well, they got a couple of champions
I
on
mean,
that.
Triple Crown champion,
Yeah.
sure.
So they got
the
that.
most.
Same thing with they got a couple of tag team champions from there. You had a world heavyweight. Was it from? No, he wasn't.
You think the Wyatt family might make the list?
It's a good group. Good.
But with the death of Brody Lee, RIP.
Yeah.
But does that mean Dark Order becomes a good group?
Yeah, not dark.
Because
Order.
of Brody Lee, it was really searchable.
So we just gotta narrow
We're
that to
talking
10.
about searchable. You know what I'm saying?
We got 12 right now. So 2 gotta go.
All right. Oh.
So we keeping the Shield, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm just doing the obvious ones.
Yeah,
4
yeah.
Horsemen. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Evolution too.
Evolution.
Is
NWO.
yeah, of course.
Okay.
That's obvious. That's obvious.
All right. So the Elite. So Elite or Bullet Club?
I think it's both.
So both? Okay.
Yeah, I think both.
All right.
Because I'm thinking about in an international, it cannot only be just WWE faction. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It has to be other groups that also did well and were respected.
This list is interesting, but
Oh my God, how bad is yo?
because you're not gonna
Did
be mad.
we even get 20% from the AI list?
We got some on our stuff in there.
So
I'm not trying to
like less than 5.
I'm trying to, they gotta keep them interested until the next episode. So we have the Shield, Elite, Bullet Club, 4 Horsemen, NWO Evolution. So we need 4 more. So Authority, that's a maybe. Nation of Domination.
I feel like that was for the culture, man. All black men group. I feel like that should make the list personally.
New Day, yay nay.
Again, they multiple time champion, second longest reigning. Yeah, that's a good group too.
Okay. So want to do the same thing as last week. So we have the Authority, Undisputed Era, the Bloodline, and Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family.
I'm gonna say. Nah, I'm gonna say let's give it to. I want to see if the Wyatt family makes it.
Okay.
I definitely want to see if the Wyatt family makes it, and the Hart Foundation. Was that multiple group of people too? Fuck, that's probably in the AI list for sure.
Hart Foundation.
Damn. All right.
So we got 3, 6.
I'll
So we got 10. So the 10 that we have at the moment are Shield, Elite, Bullet Club, 4 Horsemen, Nation Domination, NWO Evolution, Our Foundation, New Day, and Wyatt family.
And the 3 that are out are
Authority, Undisputed Era, and Bloodline.
I could live with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just remember oh shit, D-Generation X. What the fuck? Damn it. Okay, I'll take out the Elite for D-Generation X.
Okay, so Elite.
We cannot forget about that group. My
DX,
God. Bro, why didn't you mention
I'm not trying
D-Generation X?
to. I saw the list, so I'm not trying to influence anything. So this is
Well, you know about D-Generation X.
Yeah.
RIP China.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I'm not trying to influence you. I'm trying to make this as
No, but you also have your opinion too.
No, I gave the NWO, I gave Evolution, my guy Batista,
Because in previous episodes you have mentioned Evolution, and I know NWO it has to be brought up.
So we got 2, 4, 7, 10. So we got the 10. So the final 10: Shield, DX, Bullet Club, 4 Horsemen, Nation Domination, NWO Evolution, Our Foundation, New Day, and Y Family. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, I'm okay. I sort of got it. The Freebirds, in the Honky Tonks, whatever they are. If they
over the Midnight Express thing,
if the Midnight Express even make it to the AI list, I'm super kicking this machine. What the fuck? What? All right. We're doing the reveal next week.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So guys, this is our list. Comment on it below what you think of it. Do you agree? Did we miss a particular group that you guys are going to probably type in and, put in the comments? Do you agree with what we think? If it was our list, it's going to be a lot of
maybe some older
groups with some old ones.
Yeah.
Because Nation of Domination for sure. Yeah. I'm always going to put that. LWO as well. I'm going to put them. Evolution. I'm going to put in Evolution. I'm going to put in not the Force Horsemen. I know they're one of the big group staple, but for me, it's I respect that group, but Evolution over them. Degeneration forever. That's actually 1 and 2 between the Shield, in my personal opinion. I'll definitely, like I said, Elite, Bullet Club, 2 separate identity, but they were popping. They were popping, and
next week is it next week? That next week we'll.
We didn't even talk about Legacy too. I know. Fuck.
I know, but they were. Okay.
They tried.
Yeah, they were there, but
they were not
next week we'll talk about Backlash. I think the match is still getting at it. I know the tag team changed to it now as a singles match.
Yeah, because Ray got hurt.
I don't know, but I think Bad Bunny just wanted to have. He's not hosting it. He's basically now having a
street fight. Street fight in San Juan against Damian Priest.
Which is great for both, because Damian Priest, it doesn't hurt him. Win, draw, or lose.
It doesn't hurt him.
At all, which is great. So it's at least they could, Bad Bunny could lose.
I like the flyer. The flyer is definitely a little bit of the time when Puerto Rico was fighting during the revolution, the design between it with Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. I think it was well. Yeah. I think they did deliver the art style perfectly for that. I'm glad Selena has a match because she's Puerto Rican.
Unfortunately,
yeah, she's Puerto Rican descent. I feel is the other member of LWO is Puerto Rican too? I don't think all of them are Mexican. I think one of them is Puerto Rican.
No. Joaquin Wild. No, I think he's Central American, or either Filipino or Central American.
Okay, but he's not okay.
No.
So, yeah, I think they already took care as majority of Latino. Yeah. If they could have gotten Indy, who's Spanish Australian, into it, that'd be dope. But she's
Santos and Scarborough would have been nice to have a match, but.
So
you gonna put Santos against Mr. Dominic?
Well, that's my thing. My thing is I would have put Ray and Santo to work against. But does Finn has a match? No, Finn doesn't have a match.
Finn, he's feuding with Cody, but I don't think he has a match at the moment.
No, Cody has Brock for.
No, but I'm saying, the regular TV feud, it basically Cody. I know Cody had a match with Finn.
Yeah, but I would
Brock
put Finn and Ray in a sense. Personally, I mean, that's. I would put all my Latino because, Finn Balor, shout out to him, marry a beautiful Latina woman, Vero. And I feel like he deserved to be on Backlash, making that royalty money. What other Spanish group, what I would like? Naum Beto and Angel Gara, because that doesn't make sense to me right now. But, they got the major people. Yeah. Zelina is going to get some TV time. And I think she's going to get a lot of noise, but she's definitely going to get destroyed.
So I think so for now it's Rhea and Selena. Yeah, the tag team. Well, right now it's a 3-man team, but it's Riddle with the champions and the Bloodline. Then the U.S. Championship, Bronson Reed, Theory
True.
and
I think
Bobby Lashley.
Reed could probably get.
Yeah, he's gonna take that one. I think.
Early prediction right there.
Then you have the main event: Damon Priest and Bad Bunny. You had Bianca Belair and Io. The match that it's Vince all over and makes
Cody
no sense.
and Brock.
No. Seth and Nomos. That shit's stupid.
Seth does have a match.
That's
with
the dumbest shit ever. Like,
but shout out to Seth that he's still gonna make royalty money because you know how many.
True,
Puerto
but it was
Ricans
just like
you know how many Caribbean people are gonna play back this match because it happened in Puerto Rico.
But it's just like
that's bank right
just
there.
makes
That's
no
a good
sense, but-
$1,000 for the first few months, and then say bye.
Yeah, no, it's just that makes no sense. But we'll talk about that next week, and we'll also talk about our faction list to see how we compare to ChatGPT.
And keep your eyes open for Ring of Honor as well as Impact and MLW. Oh, we forgot to talk about real quick. Trinity Fatu is going to Impact, which is I think is a great add-on to help out Jordy Gracie and Peraza. I always keep forgetting her name every week. Mercedes Monet lost her championship belt.
She's available.
But
Maybe
no,
she's
going,
what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like,
she's going for the rematch.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but she's sort of like available to,
which is kind of weak because Kyrie didn't get her rematch, so it's like,
Well, the champion lost. Well, yeah, true. Kyrie had it.
Yeah. So I'm like, Kyrie never got a rematch. Yeah. Why does Monet? But we got it. Monet is a superstar. So respectfully, she's a superstar. So that's a whole different thing. And I think that's all the big wrestling news that come to mind. Nothing comes to your mind?
I think we got to see what happens Friday and, the draft Friday, Monday. And let's see how things switch around by the time Backlash comes around.
Yep. Well, definitely will be. So with that being said, we have made it to the ending of our program. We appreciate you sticking through with us. Make sure you comment below, share your thoughts, opinion, share with your friends, your loved ones, your wrestling buddy at work. Let them know that the Providence Lucha Talk is here to stay. We are in all of our social media. We're in the IG, we're on the Facebook, we're on the Twitter, we're on the YouTube, Providence Lucha Talk, as well as, your favorite podcast app. You could type us Providence Lucha Talk. You'll find us. Give us, the 5-star, the thumbs up, depending on the app that you're using. And we will see you real soon. I'm Jay. We say good night, buenas noches, and peace.
See ya.